Welcome to the Old Coin Worth. I have two coin quarter dollar 1967 and 1968. We guide collector and coin lover about rarity the old coin and their hidden value. The rare and expensive old coins stand as incredible treasures of history, carrying hidden value that can instantly transform an ordinary collector into a millionaire. These extraordinary pieces, often struck in limited numbers or born from rare minting errors, can reach astonishing prices worth millions of dollars at major auctions, making them legendary symbols of rarity, desirability, and unimaginable fortune for anyone fortunate enough to discover one. The rare 1967 quarter dollar stands as one of the most captivating pieces for collectors who admire historical American coinage, and when explored in full depth it reveals a long and continuous story that stretches from its origins in the mid-1960s during a period of economic transition to its present-day status as a desirable collectible, because the 1967 Washington quarter, struck at the height of the United States Mint's response to the nationwide coin shortage, was minted without a mint mark at any facility. Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco all producing coins identically marked, which immediately makes identifying certain production qualities more intriguing. This year was still within the three-year period 1965-1967, when the mint removed mint marks and stopped producing silver quarters, so every 1967 quarter is composed of the standard clad alloy of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core, resulting in a coin weighing approximately 5.67 grams with a diameter of 24.3 millimeters, and although the coin was made in extremely high numbers, over 1.5 billion pieces, its rarity today comes not from general mintage but from the survival of high-grade specimens, special errors, and exceptional strike quality, because many circulated heavily during the economic turbulence of the time, and the production quality in 1967 was inconsistent, leading to a scarcity of top-grade coins. Collectors seek out sharp-struck examples with full details in Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers on the reverse, making Mississippi 66 Mississippi 67, and especially MS-68 examples very rare and valuable, while errors such as off-center strikes, double-die obverse or reverse varieties, clipped planchettes, broad strikes, and transitional appearance pieces can raise the desirability dramatically, since each unique minting flaw transforms a common clad quarter into a rare collectible. A 1967 quarter with deep cameo or ultra cameo surfaces from the Special Mint Set SMS series, produced instead of proof sets and sold as higher quality coins, can command high premiums because true deep cameo contrast is extremely difficult to find due to weak frosting and polishing inconsistencies during SMS production, making SMS coins with mirrored fields and frosted devices some of the most sought-after varieties. Historically, the 1967 quarter marks the continuation of the transition era that reshaped American coinage, removing silver from circulation and redefining the way the mint approached large-scale production, and because of this, modern collectors view the 1967 issue as a milestone coin. Its value depends heavily on condition, rarity of errors, strike sharpness, surface preservation, eye appeal, and whether it originates from an SMS set, with circulated examples generally carrying face value but high-grade uncirculated and SMS deep cameo examples reaching far higher values at auctions. Studying this coin involves understanding the broader context of the 1960s coinage reform, appreciating the intricacies of minting technology of the time, analyzing wear patterns that affect grading, and recognizing how the removal of mint marks and the sheer volume of production make authenticated, pristine examples especially prized. All of these factors combine to make the 1967 quarter dollar a fascinating numismatic piece whose story stretches far beyond its clad composition and mass production, transforming what first appears to be an ordinary coin into an object of rarity, historical importance, collector passion, and increasing market interest as top-grade survivors grow scarcer each year. The 1968 quarter dollar, a fascinating and highly collectible piece of American numismatic history, stands out not only for its post-Silver era composition but also for the rare and valuable varieties that make it a major focus for collectors seeking hidden treasures in everyday pocket change. And this coin, minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, represents an important transition period after the U.S. Mint removed silver from regular circulating quarters in 1965, shifting to the copper-nickel clad composition that continued for decades. Yet despite being a common circulating type, the 1968 quarter includes certain rare errors, low mintage proofs, and high-grade survivors that transform an ordinary coin into a surprisingly valuable collectible, especially when found in pristine condition with strong luster, sharp details, and minimal marks, and collectors particularly pay attention to the 1968 S-proof quarter, which has a mintage of just over 3 million but becomes valuable when it carries the special cameo, or deep cameo, frost-on-fields contrast that is highly desirable and far scarcer in top grades. And the Denver minted 1968 D quarter also gains importance when found in extremely high mint state grades like Mississippi 66, Mississippi 67, or higher, because most circulated heavily and very few were preserved well enough to achieve premium level condition rarity, making top-graded pieces worth far more than typical examples, while on the other hand the Philadelphia version, which carries no mint mark, also has its own scarcity potential in top uncirculated condition because many were struck with average dies, resulting in weaker strikes that make exceptional examples harder to find, and error collectors especially search for dramatic anomalies such as off-center strikes that show part of the design missing, clipped planchettes with curved bites taken out of the metal, doubled dies that show doubled lettering or numbers, die cracks across Washington's portrait, and rare transitional errors where blank planchettes from other denominations might have been used accidentally, although these are extremely scarce and therefore very valuable when verified by experts. And the 1968 quarter's overall historical context adds even more attraction because this was the era when coin collecting was booming, silver coins were disappearing from circulation, and Americans were adjusting to the new clad coinage that looked similar but lacked the intrinsic metal value of the earlier silver quarters, making collectors decades later more interested in finding premium examples of the early clad years including 1968. And this coin's design continues the classic image of George Washington on the Obverse created by John Flanagan, featuring the familiar portrait with the word Liberty, the date 1968, and the national motto, In God We Trust, while the reverse displays the bold eagle with spread wings, clutching arrows and an olive branch, a design used for many years until the state quarters program replaced it in 1999. And although billions of clad quarters were eventually minted, 1968 remains a key date for specialists because high-quality survivors are scarce, proofs with deep cameo contrast are highly collectible, and error varieties can be worth impressive amounts depending on severity and eye appeal, and collectors evaluate each coin using grading standards that judge luster, strike strength, contact marks, and overall sharpness, meaning that a normal circulated 1968 quarter is typically worth face value, but a high-grade uncirculated piece certified by PCGS or NGC can reach far higher prices, especially in Mississippi 67 or above, while certain deep cameo proofs can sell for strong premiums depending on their visual contrast and the perfection of their mirrored fields and frosted devices. And this single year also reflects a major moment in U.S. minting practices because it included the return of mint marks on coins after the temporary removal of mint marks from 1965 to 1967 in an attempt to discourage coin hoarding, so the appearance of the D and S Mint marks again in 1968 add significance for collectors tracing the mint's historical production changes, making the 1968 quarter not only a monetary artifact but also a symbol of post-silver American coinage evolution, and advanced collectors frequently assemble full sets of Washington quarters from this era including all mint variations, high-quality strikes, proofs, cameos, and notable mint errors to appreciate the full range of collectible possibilities, while beginners often encounter this coin first in circulation and are surprised to learn how much value can exist in rare error types or high-end uncirculated pieces, and as time passes more worn examples continue to circulate, reducing the number of surviving high-grade coins and increasing the rarity and desirability of pristine specimens, ensuring that the 1968 quarter remains a sought-after piece for decades to come.